This will be our first little lesson on lines and how they interact with each other, and how lines kind of have direction, and we need to follow the directions of lines so that we can draw accurately. So what I'm going to do is I had one of my students draw this nice little squiggle in here for me, and I'm going to try to copy that squiggle. This squiggle doesn't represent anything. This is not like a set of headphones. It's not a bunch of grapes. This is not a hand. I purely have to focus on the lines and the direction that this line takes throughout this box, okay? And where this line kind of intersects with other parts of the line or intersects with this box. So the way I like to think about this is, I like to pretend that this is the path that somebody takes through a party. So I'm gonna look at my box and see the direction it's taking, and this person is taking a path into a party, and he's going to open a door that's not quite in the middle of the square here, but just a little bit off to the side, so I want to capture that. So I'm going to start to do that, and I'm going to draw in kind of a sketchy way, like a soft sketchy way. I'm not going to draw a hard line because those are really hard to get rid of and erase. Okay, I'm going to draw in a nice soft sketchy line like that. Okay, so I can see that this line enters the party about here. Okay, he's on his little path. His path goes a little bit to the left, and he enters the party there. And he's starting to check out the party, and he's entering, and then he starts to see a group of girls that he wants to talk to, and they're very pretty, and he curves this way because he's about to talk to, and it's a big group of girls. Okay, he's gonna make his way around this group of girls and see who he likes, okay? And so he starts to curve to the right, and he starts to make his way around this non-existent little group of girls in this party, and he's making his way around, and they're all chatting with each other and dancing in a circle, and then he's making his way around, and the direction of the line starts to go up. Not up in a perfect straight line, but a curvy kind of line, and then he's making his way around again. He's checking them all out, and he comes kind of back from where he started. Here we go, right there, okay? And then he sees another group of girls over here, a huge group of girls, and he decides he wants to check them out too. So, but he needs to like he doesn't want to walk directly over here. He wants to be like casual and cool. So he's going to take a different path. He's going to walk down a little bit and a little bit to the right. It's a little bit of a curvy path. And he comes down, he gets a little closer, and then now he's about to attack. Okay? And so yeah, he starts making his way around this huge group of girls. And he's walking around them, and then he comes back to where he started again. Like there. Okay, and then he realizes there's just a couple girls that are really, really cute, and this guy can't make up his mind, so he comes over here, and he starts to kind of curve up a little bit to the side and make his way around. And then he realizes that he'd like to use the bathroom now. And so he's going to leave the party for a second and exit through a door over here, which is not in the center of the square, but like between the center and the very edge of the square right there. So it curves a little bit this way, and he leaves the party. Now this is an exact copy, but hopefully you kind of see how you have to follow the direction of a line. This little blobby part, I got this kind of wrong, so I can always go back in and kind of fix it. A little better. I can use my eraser, that's what they're for. And because I drew those sketchy lines, I can erase this pretty easily. Okay, so there's that one. Now I'm going to show you, and so this is all about paying attention to the directions of lines. I'll show you something else now. You do this, hopefully you did this with somebody else, or you're sitting at a paper and somebody has drawn 3 lines intersecting the square. So I'll kind of use the same technique I did last time where I see where lines are kind of interacting with each other. So pretend that this is 3 different people walking through the same party, and this person enters in the door over here. So I want to match that with my other square. So I know it's not like in the middle of the square here, it's kind of in between the middle and the edge. So I'll do the same thing. I know that they're going to enter over here. Right? And I know they're going to exit down here. So again, maybe I'll try and find the centers a little bit. This is not quite right in the middle of the center of the square and the edge. It's a little bit off to the left, so I'll do the same thing. So here we go. Okay, not quite in the center, but a little bit to the left. And now I got to draw this line. So it's going to enter here and there, it's going to enter here and exit there. And then I really want to get the angle of this correct. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pencil. And I know I could hold the pencil straight up and down, and then what I do is kind of compare that angle to my pencil, or I even shift my pencil over to the side like this. Kind of see just how angled this line is, and I can kind of match that over here as well. So I can kind of compare, all right? Okay, and that looks like a pretty good interaction. Looks like pretty close. I'll draw darker so you could see, okay? And then I'll do this line here and see how this line interacts with the other ones. Now, I'm going to check again so I can draw I can like hold my pencil flat. This is something that artists do a lot when we're trying to draw lines, is we compare it to like straight vertical lines like this, or like horizontal lines, and we can even like take our pencil and compare it that way too, and we want to like match that. Okay, so I know that this line needs to interact with this line. It intersects, not like right in the middle, but a little bit down. I need to make sure not like draw it all the way up here or anything, so it's like not quite in the middle, but a little bit down. And I have the angle. Always holding it at that angle helps me out. So I'll kind of draw it right there. I can also check where it's intersecting with the box itself too, the square. So it intersects about there, a little higher. That. Now I have that successful intersection. And then this last one, I'll see where these lines interact. This line interacts with the other ones. It creates a little bit of a triangle right there, so that's going to help me. So this is actually like me paying attention to my negative space, the space in the middle. I know that when I draw this line, this is my positive space, something that I could see and almost like touch, and then I know I need to make this little pocket of negative space right there too and match that triangle. So I can actually start there a little bit, and I can check that angle again. That's going to help me out a lot. Okay, and there's another little pocket of negative space in here too that I need to make sure that I match. There you go, and I got it. Pretty accurate. Could use a little help. I can go in with my eraser and adjust things, but that's the basic idea of it.